Chris Milne for his game Gateway Adventure Island. So Chris is the game designer. Can you please tell us a bit more about your game?
Yeah, well, it's a introduction to role-playing games for younger people or people just newer to the genre, and it comes with a lot of colourful, aids to
Customized pieces.
Yeah. So your weapons and all that. So
Wow.
players can essentially see what their characters look like, and it's good for new GMs as well. So they get their monster cards, which are like double-sided. So players can see, what they've come up against, and GMs can see, what dice they're rolling. And we use custom dice for the game.
Sounds like it makes it easier for the GM or DM.
Yeah, and for the players. So nice simplistic rules essentially, and simplistic dice throws. So dice either, depending on what you're using, they either work or they don't work. And it's essentially you succeed in an encounter, or you succeed in dealing damage, or you succeed in blocking damage. And then we have a whole bunch of cards in terms of treasure and items to use, and random encounter cards for GMs. So a lot of aids for GMs, and then the story, the campaign book for this one is very much reminiscent of a choose your own adventure or fighting fantasy style. So GMs, if they maybe a 12-year-old who's new to it could pick it up and play with his siblings or with his parents and or her parents, and talk about which pathway we're going to go. And
anyway,
yeah.
It sounds really simple and really cute. Like all the artworks, are they finals?
Well, no, actually this is all sample artwork, but it is. But it actually, I think it looks pretty good.
Yeah, it's really good.
I know with in terms of game design in general, it's not good to do artwork so early on, but because of the target audience is generally fairly young people, to get that play testing right and to get them involved in it, we kind of needed something. So and it's turned out really, really well. People that the young people seem really interested in. We've had lots of adults here at PAX who've jumped in and seem to have a lot of fun.
Not? Yeah. It's RPG, it's adventure. And so the games itself will have the books, the cards, and some of the components, the dice as well.
Yeah, good part.
All
So
included,
and also some custom holders for this. So we're using these little pegs at the moment, but essentially the GM would have his little, or she would have a little screen, and you could slot in the different monster cards, and then we have like the health bar indicating. So we'd have a little slider there, and the same too for the characters. We've got a few prototypes made where this goes into a character holder, then this goes in, so they can pick it up and look at it. Yeah. So we've got that, but as they progress, as young people progress, and and feel like branching out a little bit more, they don't need to use the campaign book anymore. They've got all these other tools to make their own campaigns and have some fun before they maybe eventually graduate to some bigger games like Dungeons and Dragons and all that. Yeah,
it's all so fun. So when can we get our hands on this game?
Oh well, as I said, we're pretty early in development, so I reckon we've probably got maybe a year to go until we've worked things out and we've got enough followers to justify doing some sort of crowdfunding. But I mean, if it ends up being quite popular here or so, we might be able to speed things along. But we're pretty much just going to wait until we've got it right. So it's essentially watch this space.
So how do we watch this space? How do we follow you?
Yeah, well, on Facebook, if you put in Gateway Adventures Adventure Island, we'll pop up and you can just sort of follow us there for now. We're doing an email sign up, but your viewers probably won't be able to do that right away. But Facebook pretty much is how people will be able to follow us at the moment. And we're doing some competitions there, like they get to name our training dummy, because as adventurers come to the island to do their, find their glory, essentially, they can practice with this. And so on Facebook, we're hoping to get people involved in the direction of where we take this game and, what we name things.
Yeah. Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for joining me, Chris.
Thank you very much.